Yes! Top bins! No! God damn it! Seven!
Oh, fucking hell.
Seven fucking nil! Woo!
You've done fuck all in your career. You got 2 fucking goals against us.
Yes, this is it, people. This is FUTV. Let's get into it. There's no more time. It's waiting. It's over. It's Liverpool against United. A real rivalry, a proper rivalry, one made of history and real trophies. Not the bought kind. This is the biggest game in world football. And there was only one man that I was going to bring on to the show today to talk to me about what is going to happen. I'm not going to laugh, I promise you. What is going to happen this weekend? Craig, my man. How are we doing? I'm guessing you're in a confident frame of mind. We've just been on top of the league now talking about this weekend's fixtures, but there's only one that really matters to us right now.
It is, and you two both stitched me up over on top of the league with your prediction, by the way. So thank you for predicting a score draw for that one. Look, this is, as you said, the biggest game in world football, the one we look out for when the fixtures come out. And I couldn't be any more confident going into this game for obvious reasons. But look, I'm not here today to be arrogant. I'm not here to rub it in your face. There'll be plenty of time for that on Sunday.
Yeah, it is going to be epic. Just so everyone knows, the script for Sunday is this. Me and Craig will be on Anfield agenda. I'm going into the Lions Den. It is an away game, so I'm dropping in to the Lions Den, which is Anfield agenda. Me and Craig are doing a joint watch along, which should be epic. You guys just seen the trailer there. Brilliant work from Connor behind the scenes, who has put that all together. Fantastic. Thankfully, I'll have Ben along with me for support, the voice of reason. But after that, we are then doing our own reaction shows on either channel as well. And coming back again later on, even with more on top of the league to get into it. So we are probably going to be sick at the sight of each other, especially if the result goes the opposition's way by the end of Sunday evening. But that is a jam-packed, I think, Craig, we added it up near enough, what, 6 to 7 hours worth of streaming covering this game this weekend?
Absolutely. But hang on, I need to pull you up on something. Did you just call him the voice of reason? He just predicted a score draw.
That's it on this channel. That's right, mate. Come on.
Oh,
come on. You're not going to get us.
Happy half hour.
You're not going to get us saying that we are going to lose to Liverpool. Deep down, we probably are, but we're not going to say that live on air. This team right now, this Manchester United team, is just revving and then backfiring. But Craig, talk to me. I've got to start with the look from the outside. I always like to see it, and it's been great since I've joined up with you on top of the league. It's good to get a look in from the outside, not so much United red-tinted glasses. I always find the opinion from the outside counts a lot more because they see it for what it is. Manchester United right now in Liverpool's eyes, how are you looking at United and what do you think really is the issue at the football club? Because we are having a bit of a stinker.
It's a really confusing one because how do you box off that Chelsea result, which you played, you showed spirit, you showed fight, you got the crowd on side, you got the result. With what we've seen after that, I was really, really disappointed with how flat you were against Bayern Munich in a game that you needed something from. So I would be concerned if I was a United fan right now because apart from the manager, and that's a conversation in itself, you've got the dressing room that just doesn't look like it has the minerals to fight. And that's a worrying sign. And you got to ask yourself, is a managerial change going to solve that problem or does there need to be a drastic change? And I feel like you guys need to, and I know you've heard this before, settle in for a proper rebuild as such. You need to sort out the structure at the football club and then give somebody an undoubted 3 years. You like no argument, no sacking them. You need to get the right person for the job. And I truly don't think that is Ten Hag. I never believed in Ten Hag. I always thought the job was too big for him.
Yeah, I think that just coincides there with our first super chat of the day from Daz Salford 69. Cheers for that, Daz, as always. Does Erik Ten Hag understand the gravity of this game? Fergie would be saying, stop Liverpool winning the title at all cost. There is no bigger motivation. Right there, United fans just backing up what you said. There is a lot of United fans turning right now on Ten Hag, Craig, and echoing what you just said, really, in terms of him not being the man for the job. It's just become too big for him. The honeymoon period of last season, when he did get something out of this team, 2 finals, 1 trophy won, and 3rd in the league. It's a good trophy, but we've fallen off completely since then. And it's that second season syndrome. Like you just said then, a manager needs to know that he's getting at least 3 years so he can start bringing in the right types of players at the right age. But with United right now, does it look from the outside that it needed that change above? A structure that's going to give a manager a bit more time guaranteed, like you just said, Craig? Or is it a case of you just need the best in class, the biggest name to handle the ego that is Manchester United's squad?
So what I like to think about when I think about a football club as big as United or Liverpool, I think a manager has to earn the right to have a lot of power, a lot of decision-making ability. So if I was United at the minute, I'd be concentrating on the director of football. I'd be concentrating on the football and philosophy, the way United want to play, going right throughout the system, all the way down to the underage team, and let the new manager earn the right. I'll use us as an example. Jurgen Klopp came in, and we had the same transfer committee that we had under Brendan Rodgers previously. And he earned the right to make these decisions. He earned the right to put his team in place to have a bigger say on transfers. I just think how Ten Hag has gone about it from day one has been a worrying sign, because he's gone for familiarity. He's gone for what he knows, not what's best suited. And I understand it to an extent. You've got players you worked with at Ajax, players that you trust. But the Premier League is a big step up. Manchester United is a big step up from Ajax. With all due respect, what is a wonderful club. It just never seemed a good fit. And what would worry me the most is Ten Hag seems to be unwilling to bend his will or show some, I don't want to say humanity, but he needs to be able to show a softer side on occasion as well. It's all very well and good being a disciplinarian, standing your ground, finding people for being late, dropping people who don't show up on time. But at some point you have to ask, am I getting the results I want from this situation? And I don't think he is.
Yeah, in terms of how Ten Hag has handled things, do you feel like he's been right in certain situations? For example, say, for instance, I pick a Liverpool great who came back to the football club to just compare, put it in comparison to what happened with Ronaldo. Say Luis Suarez came back, walked off the pitch because he didn't get on the pitch. He wasn't happy about not being subbed on. Would you be happy with Jurgen Klopp banishing Ronaldo, banishing Luis Suarez the same way as he did Ronaldo? Would you feel like that was the right way to go about that sort of situation? Sancho, again, he has had all that time given to him last season, 3 months off to try and deal with the problems he had with his mental health and everything like that. And then we've got the issues where we are right now. Would you be happy with your manager treating them players that way and dealing with the situation in that way? Is that the best way to go about it with modern day footballers?
Difficult one. I think, again, I'll come back to the argument that if Jurgen Klopp did do that, I believe he's earned the right to do that and the trust of us to do that, because if he did something that drastic and really just alienated somebody completely, I'd have to assume that there's big trouble going on with this guy behind the scenes. It was a strange one with Ronaldo, because it always felt like, to me from the outside, that Ronaldo's camp engineered that move and that United bit on it with the whole links to Manchester City. And I felt like Ronaldo's team played a blinder on that one to get him in. But with regard to the handling of the situation, I think with Ronaldo, we could afford to do it, because Ronaldo was at the end of his time, really, as a top player. And I understood that stance far more than the Sancho stance, as an example, because nobody can tell me right now that United team couldn't do with Jadon Sancho in it if there was a way that Ten Hag could find common ground. So it'd be that one, actually, that I'd be more concerned about than what he did with Cristiano Ronaldo, which I actually thought was a good way to lay down a marker.
Yeah, and in terms of Sancho, he wasn't playing well in the first place. And like you said, if a player were doing the right also in the way that he was playing on the pitch to have an argument with a manager, then you could probably you could agree with what you said there, Craig. I think a lot of United fans know that Jadon Sancho was doing absolutely nothing for this team for the 2 years that he'd been here. And then he's kicked up this stink I'm sure you would be in the same boat then if the player hadn't earned the right to even argue with a manager for a place in the team or that he's been treated the wrong way. Would that be same scenario for you?
You'd have to ask, why was he bought then? Because, in this day and age, it's not just a case of let's go buy a player. You do your research, you look at your statistics, you look at his life, you look at his family life, you look at everything you can. You hear as many recommendations or bits of feedback. And if you would have looked into it, you would have seen that there were issues at Dortmund. He was staying up late playing FIFA. He was showing up late for training. So then it all comes back to who pulled the trigger on that deal.
Yeah.
Was it just a name because he was English and it was to pacify fans? Or did they do the research on it? And it feels like they didn't.
Yeah, it really does. You're not far off the mark there with that one. I think a lot of people would agree with you on that, especially United fans anyway. Our recruitment system is shocking. But that's United and what it looks like from the outside. How you feel about Liverpool now, Craig? Obviously, top of the league, not playing your best in a couple of games, but getting results out. Does that give you the confidence, not just for this game, but for your season going forward, that you've got the bit between your teeth? You're not giving up on games and you're grinding them results out as well as having the big wins and impressive wins?
Kind of mixture of both, to be honest. It's great that you pick up wins in games where you haven't been at your best, but at some point you have to ask, when is the best going to come? And
Yeah.
I know from history under Jurgen Klopp that we tend to come a little bit stronger in the second half of the season. So, look, I'm over the moon to be top of the league, mate. I am. But I'm not arrogant enough to sit here and think it's a formality we go win the league. I think we've had this discussion before. I think this January window is going to be big between the likes of Arsenal, Liverpool, maybe even City, to see who does what business and see who really wants to go after and get this league title, because it's there to be won this season.
Oh, it definitely is. It is a three, possibly four-horse race. City not looking as strong as they was. I think we can both be happy about that. And yeah, they've got to go to the Club World Cup after this weekend. How they come back, how many points to be behind? I'd rather have the points on the table, but yeah, you've got to be happy, especially after last season and how Liverpool performed, because that was a drop-off, a big drop-off for Liverpool. Yeah, and I would be confident anyway. I feel a lot better being a Liverpool fan than a United fan going into this game anyway. But down nostalgia road, I want to go with this now, Craig.
It's all you've got left. Let's be honest, mate. Come on.
Hey, this is about this fixture. Don't you start throwing history at us. That's all you clung on to for bleeding decades.
Yeah, I know.
We'll get back.
It's your turn now.
Yeah, let's see. We'll come back. What was your best memory of this fixture? What was that one game you might have been watching it with someone, or there's just a moment in it that sort of that was a proper Liverpool United game? What was your biggest one, your favourite one? And guys in the chat as well, let me know what you think, United and Liverpool side of things. If you are in here, let us know what you thought was the biggest and your most favourite one.
Well, obviously, I'm going to go back to last season. I'm going to for the 7-0, but there's a couple that stand out to me. The 4-1, I think it was, at Old Trafford, Gerrard, Torres, Dosena scoring. We're in the grey kit. But that there was a 3-3 draw back in the day, in the 90s, and that stands out to me as one of the better games between the two of us.
Yeah, I think that was the Nigel Clough, Razor Ruddock. I remember it well because we actually set off like a steam train in that game, and Giggs tore you apart. Irwin with a thunderbolt of a free kick, and then it all sort of just started to go the opposite way. Razor Ruddock came in with the equaliser with that bullet header. I remember it well. It was back when football was football and the players playing were actual real men, Craig, is basically what you're saying there.
Do you know what one annoys me the most? What one hurts me the most?
Go on.
Cantona final.
Oh, that's my favourite one, mate. You just picked out my favourite one.
I've watched that game back and I've watched that goal and I still don't know how it wasn't blocked.
I know. It like dissected. You know what it was like? It was like everyone was trying to... everyone in the Liverpool shirt was auditioning for the Matrix. They were dodging bullets, man. It just went through everyone.
Couldn't believe it. I was really confident going into that game until I seen the suits.
Yeah, them bloody Spice Boy suits completely finished you. They them suits just went to the United dressing room. Them images just went in. Like, we're doing these boys today.
Blame
There's no
David
way
James
that we're
on that.
letting them guys turn up in them suits and beating us.
That's
Not a
David
chance.
James' fault. He had to deal with Armani, I think, and it was down to him that they had those suits.
He did. It was crazy. But there have been some massive games between United and Liverpool, both at Old Trafford and at Anfield, Wembley, like you said there, and some great players, some absolutely fantastic players have played in this fixture. I think this is as further away from an epic Liverpool against United game as a spectacle. Craig, I know what you're going to do and throw it back at me with you're happy with it and it feels good for you, but as a spectacle, I don't think our team is bringing much to the party here. I always love it when Liverpool United are both going head to head. They're both doing well. It's got the makings of being a really good game. But this one doesn't feel like it, does it? Because you can tell your confidence. You can feel the worry in the United fan base. It's a shame that it's all just dropped off.
So here's what I want to happen on Sunday. I want our boys to go out there from the off and get a couple of early goals and really just, I want to see your boys quit. I want to see them roll over. I want to see them feel sorry for themselves. And I want to see us leaving in no doubt that we once again battered you at Anfield. And look, I know it's football. I've been around long enough. We've seen us go to Old Trafford and get a win when we'd no right to. So I get it. Anything can happen. But I think the result of this game depends on what we do. That's how I really feel about it. If we show up, I don't think with the injuries you have and the form that you're in, if we play our best, we win the game. I can't see anything past that. But you have to win it. You have to earn the right. It's the Premier League. You don't just show up and get the points.
No, that's it. Every team has to earn it. We've seen teams take points off teams this season that you didn't expect. So it could all happen again. So a super chat in from Kieran. Cheers for that, Kieran. But loving the new channel, Adam. Kieran Keely and his 7-year-old son, Michael, enjoying the new channel. Fingers crossed for Sunday. Would snap your hand off with a 1-1 right now. Yes, we would. Don't forget to give the video a like, guys. Please, obviously, subscribe to the channel if you are watching for the first time. It's great having Craig on. We're both crossing across each other's channels this weekend for the game. So, yeah, it is. It just feels like a totally different weekend, this one. I mean, is this, Craig, for you, the weekend that always stands out? Is it the one you look for? Is this the fixture? And what is your normal routine for a fixture like this, or the bigger fixture? Is it a bit different than another weekend? Does everything change in your household for a United-Liverpool game?
The tension definitely ratchets up, yeah. The nerves in the belly. Because we all have groups of friends who are split. You know, you've got Liverpool fans, United fans, and you know what's coming. You know right throughout this game, when the watch-along's on, I'm going to get notifications in WhatsApp. If United go ahead, I know I have to hide. So it is the one that you don't want to go into work on Monday morning. You don't want to meet your mates. If you lose this game, you just want to go up, get under the covers in your bed, and come back to times next time that you're playing a game of football, because it means that much. It really, really. I don't know about you. You're born and bred in Manchester. Obviously, you've got Manchester City, but this was it for me growing up. This was the fixture. This was the one that I knew the slagging was coming if we didn't win. So yeah, 100%. I look out for this weekend. I look forward to it. But I'm usually nervous. I am. Even last season, didn't expect that win to come the way it did. But this week, and I don't know if it's a bad sign, I've kind of just coasted along through, and I feel more expectant than anything.
Yeah, I'm hoping it works that way against you. And the sort of, well, rightfully so, you are quite bullish with the form that you're in and the form that Manchester United are in, the chaos going on with us.
Anfield as well, Adam. If it was at Old Trafford, I might be feeling a little bit different here. But at Anfield, biggest crowd for 50 years as well.
Yeah,
it's gonna be a tasty game.
No, I can totally feel it, mate. Honestly, I feel like our record there is poor anyway. Even with Fergie in his heyday, our record wasn't fantastic at Anfield. So we go into this game like hoping that simply because everything looks like it's against us, it's just going to turn. And we're just clinging on to that hope that we can actually surprise and upset the apple cart. I know you've double bolted it down, padlocked it, the apple cart, and you're not expecting anything this weekend, Craig. But is there anyone in that United team for you that sort of you're scared of that can surprise you or have that one breakaway moment or do something?
I guess I could worry about McTominay from a set piece. I'm more concerned about it being destroyed by an early red card or something like that. So I guess what I want to ask you, though, Adam, is if we were to convincingly beat you, I'm not going to throw a scoreline out there, but if we were convincingly beaten, Is that it? Is that the end of the road? Like, how many whoopings can Ten Hag take at your arch rivals before somebody says this ain't happening?
Yeah, I think a lot of United fans are on that. I don't think he can survive a similar scoreline to last season. It's too embarrassing.
So
It's
with
like
that
I've
in
done.
mind, do you think he pulls a Mourinho? Do you think he just comes to stifle Liverpool and give
Yeah,
us the wide areas, make the pitch condensed, and just say break us down?
mate. Honestly, I said this to you. I think on one of our shows, Mourinho went and got that 0-0 at Anfield by bypassing Liverpool's press and just kicking it long and picking up the second balls. You could play a Scott McTominay in a 10, a Highland up in front of him, and have two target men, and maybe have some youthful players around them, picking up the pieces, scrapping around, trying to get that one little chance, that little moment, which is all we've had this season. Moments FC, a lot of the fans call us, but yeah, I can fully see that happening, Craig. I can see a double-decker bus being parked in front, but you know what that means? There's only one plan, because guaranteed if we park the bus, we aren't going to have a plan B. And if Liverpool do go in front and they get past that defence, then that's it. It's game over. We haven't got anything else, because this team cannot, and it's shown and proven this season that we haven't got a gear to go up into. We haven't got a different idea or another strategy we can throw in there mid-game. Our in-game management has been appalling this season. That's been picked up on by more. So if Liverpool get the first goal, the game's over for me. If United can stay in it, and maybe it's tight going into the latter stages, I can see maybe nerves creeping into Liverpool's game. That's the only hope I feel that we've got. I don't know about you.
Well, we've got no Alexis McAllister in midfield, so it's going to be an interesting decision for Jurgen to make who takes up that defensive midfield role. Maybe we see Trent in there. As you said, do you think Kobe Mainoo is probably going to get some game time for United? I mean, how are you fitness-wise? I mean, I've seen lists of players up to 13 maybe could be out, but we've seen Maguire's out, Martial's out. But let's be honest, Martial's not much of a miss to you, is he? He's
No.
And you're not his biggest fan, I believe.
No, mate, I don't think he's. And everyone knows I despise Anthony Martial now. Him and Rashford were both poorly in a week. Rashford's made himself available. Martial guarantees ducked there for me. He's ducked. He's not even giving. If Martial isn't injured, and we're calling him out of this fixture because of illness 3 days before it's actually happened, that's the man right there. He doesn't want to be involved in this for me. He's gone and he's finished with his football club. Absolutely finished with his football club. So, yeah, injury-wise, Luke Shaw is fit. He has a bonus for us, I suppose, although I have been going in on Luke Shaw. I think he has been poor as well. Thanks for the gifted membership, Gifted Tiger. And Guti, you has taken that. Welcome to the membership club here on FUTV. Make sure you do give Honest Tiger a thank you for that one as well in the chat. Brilliant stuff as always, buddy. But yeah, going back to that, Luke Shaw, Rashford, neither have really pulled up any trees this season, Craig. And to be honest, I don't think much of a difference. It's the attitude of the players that needs to change in this one. It's the wanting to go out on that pitch and say we can match up with Liverpool and not feel defeated before we even go on or even start. That's what needs to change with this team. You can see that Liverpool team fight for Jurgen Klopp. I don't think our team is anywhere near on the wavelength that Ten Hag wants them. I think, like a lot of fans have said, they have thrown him under the bus. And if he does get a whooping, Craig, I think it may be the end of the road. We're talking that there's no one in situ at the club right now who has the authority to get rid of Ten Hag, which is a damning report on our club on its own. But I feel like something would have to happen.
I'll tell you what, though. I'm still looking forward to it. I'm still excited by it. It's still going to be fun. And Joe, I want to say again, thank you for agreeing to come on. I know it would have been easy to just go, not a hope in hell am I coming on. So yeah, I want to thank you for that, for coming on. And we're going to have some fun with it, mate. It's going to be,
yeah.
I think it's going to be a watch along the likes of which I don't think we've really seen yet in the football community. And I want to give a shout out to Ben as well and Connor for making it all possible from a technology point of view.
Yeah, brilliant stuff. I echo them words completely. To make it look like we are there both together watching this game, it's brilliant stuff. It's what it's made of. It is the new age and the way forward. And yeah, I think we need to show, and I think we do show on the platforms that we work on, Craig, that You can have the rivalry and the banter, but you can keep it fun and you can have a laugh along with it because we will have a ball. I'm definitely going to bring a couple of cans to the occasion. It's just the
Have you
way,
gone out to
mate.
Poundland yet? I
Say
presume
again?
you've gone out to Poundland to buy a load of cheap plates and cups to smash.
Oh no, I am full on getting the best gear out for this one. What I forgot here now. I think I might just get a punch bag next to me. I might have something just to lash out onto because I think the chair's taking a bit of a pounding this season. There's not much cushion left in it, Craig. So,
Well, my
yeah.
chair's taking a bit of a pounding for a very different reason, mate. It's because my fat ass has been stuck in it for the whole season.
Well, at least you've been jumping up and down, actually enjoying the game, whereas we've just been in anger.
It's a weird one because honestly, last season, 7-0, just to remind you, sorry, it felt a bit like kicking a puppy. And it didn't feel right, mate. You know, you want these games to be 3-2, 3-1, last minute winners, the bragging rights, the saltiness. It just felt there was no comeback. There was no banter. It was just, well, that happened.
Yeah. It was weird last season. That was the weirdest game ever because for it to be so close at half time, United looked on top and then Gakpo gets that goal. And then you're going in, right, okay, we got to try and figure a way. But no one foreseen what was coming in that second half. That was just one of the single biggest capitulations in world football ever. Thank you for another gifted membership as well, Honest Tiger. Legend, mates. Hope you guys are all there with me, supporting me on Anfield Agenda this weekend as well. I'm going to need as much support as possible.
Commiserating, not supporting.
Supporting, Craig. We're not having it.
Do you know what, though?
We're not having it.
I love the picture Carragher took of him and Neville. That was probably one of my favourite things of that game. The memories of it was just the look on Neville's face.
That is a man that hated Liverpool with a passion. You could tell, couldn't you? There's a man that just like wanted to beat one team. It was Liverpool. And if you were a real United fan or a real Liverpool fan, that would be the case, wouldn't it? Either way, Craig.
It's what made that fixture so special was having both those guys there, wasn't it? And I imagine it was the other way around. It would have been a similar thing, but it's what it means. You know, it is that important to both sets of fans.
Oh, it more than is. It's everything to both sets of fans. This fixture can change a season. If United got anything out of this game, it would rejuvenate the fan base and the playing squad. That's how big it is for us right now. And that's just from football reasons alone. And it's just come at this moment, just before Christmas time. It could ruin a Christmas, Craig. That's what I'll say. It could literally ruin either of the fan base's Christmas if this result goes the opposite way. I'm sure you're the same on that.
Stocking on the wall.
Say again, sorry.
You're going to hang your stocking on the wall?
Yeah, hang the stocking on the wall, my ass. Shut up. But no, if you know people what we're talking about there. But but yeah, it's do you know what? It's one of them. It's the most nerve-wracking game I think I'll ever watch as a United fan, is what I'll say.
Do you know what we should have done? We should have got heart monitors on both of us and got them live on the screen to see what we've been doing.
I've got my Apple Watch on, and you know what? I'll keep checking it every time. I make a point of it. Just watching that game. Do you know what, Craig? We talk about the build-up and we talk about the excitement factor, the nerves kicking in. But the games, I've never enjoyed watching them because of the nerves. I've never enjoyed Liverpool United games. It's hard to sort of get that across and explain what I mean by that. But unless you're actually so involved in your team, you're not going to understand what I'm saying. It's like, I don't enjoy it because I'm such a wreck because of what might happen and the implications of being on the wrong end of the result, if that makes sense.
Do you know what I hope? And I say this every week. I hope we're talking about the game. I hope we're talking about
the
players and not the officials and not VAR. But in credit to PGMOL, they have put Michael Oliver in charge of this game. So I've no complaints about the refereeing selection.
No, I'll be honest, if you're going to ask to pick one, I probably would have put him there myself because he is the most senior and obviously he has dropped clangers himself. And I think there's some United fans who still remember him sending Di Maria off for touching him on the shoulder. But I feel like anyone else would struggle with this game. I just hope, like you said, Craig, like because he's the referee that I've seen actually overturn a VAR. They took him to the monitor and he said, "No, I'm sticking with my decision." And there's not many that have done that, and I think he may have to stick to his guns in this game. It's going to be interesting how he lets it run, and hopefully VAR don't get involved in like a decision where he's let something go and they bring it back. That's what I'm hoping isn't going to happen. But honestly, I can feel a bite in this game already. The way it is, I can feel Liverpool fans praying for blood.
Do you think it'll be tasty? Do you think they'll be getting stuck? Do you think it's going to be a physical start?
I think it will. I think United need to make it that way. If United fans will be disappointed in the United team if we didn't make the game start if we didn't take it to Liverpool physically. I think you take your chances early doors and try and get away with as much as you can. But then again, there is an element of that where you don't want to get the fans involved and the Anfield crowd involved in it. And then it starts to become that 12 against 11, which it usually is when Liverpool play United there. Because, like you said, Craig, momentous occasion. Liverpool top of the league. 57,000 fans in Anfield, biggest crowd in, I can't remember how long you said then before. Is it in the Premier League era?
50 years.
50 years. It's all set up perfectly for Liverpool to completely bottle it, Craig, is it not?
I mean, it's got, mate, if it does happen, if we don't get those 3 points, I don't think I'll have experienced a feeling of deflation and frustration like it. If we don't leave with 3 points on Sunday, if we don't go into that game, if we don't finish top of the league, I can't lie, mate. Christmas is ruined already.
Yeah, I can see this going one or two ways, to be honest, Craig. I can see me sat there, you next to me, and just taking complete daggers and everything that's coming my way. It's going to be shots fired constantly because we are so crap. Or I can see the nervous Craig look and like what is going on here right now. And United on the brink of sneaking something out of the game. We haven't got a 2 or 3-0 in us. It's never going to happen. I can see us sneaking something just about at best. And I'm hoping that it goes down that road. I hope having them sort of like moments from you where you're like, oh my God, what's happened there? Why have we just switched off? Why have we just bottled that moment? That's all we've got to cling on to because we know the football isn't going to win the day. The occasion is all that can win this for United, I feel.
I'm going to make a big prediction. I'm going to say Darwin bags a brace. I'm going to say this is going to be remembered for Darwin Núñez this game.
Darwin Núñez.
I feel like he's going to put it all together. This is going to be the one. He'll know what this will mean. If he puts in a performance, if he scores a goal or two, the Liverpool fans, he will be a god. And there will be no coming back. If he does it again, if he can show up, and he helped us at Newcastle massively when he came on, turn that game around, I feel we could be remembering this. But of course, we're all just awaiting one thing, the Mohamed Salah topless picture, which is going to come.
Hope he gets suspended after it as well if he scores. I don't know how many yellow cards he's got, by the way. It's just a wish. But another gifted member in from Honest Tiger, Nicholas Young, has taken that one. Welcome, Nicholas, to the crew. Brilliant stuff to have you along. Hopefully, you can be celebrating with us that United have maybe scraped something out of this game. But yeah, I think we're all on wishful thinking. Well over 500 in the room with us, guys. Don't forget to hit that like button and do subscribe if you are tuning in for the first time. Good stuff to have you all in here early on the Friday evening, on the eve of a big weekend. Craig, what's your team? Who are we going to be pitting our wits against this weekend? You know who's out. You know who's injured for Liverpool. What's your strongest team that Klopp's going with for this game, mate?
So I'm going to fly through the team real quick because I don't want to give away my own preview, but I feel like it's only right to give you the team that I think. So I'm going to go Alisson in goal, Gomez at right back, Canade, Van Dijk, Costas. I think he's going to play Trent in the number 6 position. Then I think Ryan Gravenberch and Dominic Szoboszlai, or he might put Cody Gakpo in with Dominic Szoboszlai.
Okay.
One of those two. Then Salah, Núñez, Diaz. That's what I think Liverpool will line up like.
Salah, Núñez, Diaz. Yeah, that's the front three that I would always pick for Liverpool. That's the scariest one. And that ultimately is our biggest fear and why I think we will be sitting deep because we haven't got the pace to handle that Liverpool front line. Excuse me. Darwin Núñez, deceptively quick. Salah, we always known has been quick. Diaz, quick feet and quick in the sprint. That's the worry.
If I was you, I'd be hoping to see the name Wataru Endo in that starting 11.
Really? You're not rating him?
I don't feel he's ready yet. I will never write somebody off that quickly in their first year, but it's been one good game, 3-4 okay games. I would rather see. I think this feels like the perfect opportunity from Detroit Trent in that position,
Yeah.
or maybe Gravenberch in it, but I don't expect Endo to get the nod.
No. Daz Sofa with a super chat. Stop Liverpool winning the title. That's all it costs. Show us what you got, Erik Ten Hag and the players. His rallying cries from all United fans. I don't know if it is just hopeful. I don't know. We've got a chat in there from Paul Gray, who says, let's get some laxatives or something slipped into Liverpool players' pre-match meal. We were talking about this before, Craig, weren't we, about that?
We were, yeah.
Lasagna game. I think that's a hope that United fans have got. It's the only chance we have got.
Nobody went to your Christmas party. Anyway, I hope nobody was up at the United Christmas party getting the chicken. But look, what's your 11? What do you think United will line up like?
I'm going to call it straight now. I think it's going to be Luke Shaw at left back to try and handle Mo Salah. I think it'll be Varane, obviously, because Maguire is out. Varane will play now. So that gives us that there. I think Lindelof, if he is fit, which I think he is just about, will play alongside Varane. And I've got a feeling he's going to go with Aaron Wan-Bissaka at right back because he is a better defender. And to be honest, if Dalot is playing, Diaz is having a field day. Dalot has been good at times in games. He kept Xhaka quiet in the Arsenal game, but past that, defensively hasn't been fantastic. He's been wanting. The midfield is where we're going to struggle. I think that's going to be Amrabat, McTominay, and Mainu because there isn't anyone else. You could possibly see Hannibal in there, but he is a yellow card and possibly a red waiting to happen. His enthusiasm is infectious but dangerous at the same time. That would be the only one that I think might creep in. And then you've got the front three, which I feel is going to be the same again. Antony, Højlund, and Garnacho. You know what Garnacho is. Quickly, just got to say thank you to Daz Salford for donating them 5 memberships. Brilliant stuff. Salard, Bob, David, Devon, Paul, and Malps have all taken them memberships. Welcome to the members club. Please do thank Daz Salford for that contribution. Brilliant stuff. But I just had that team out there, Craig. I'm guessing it doesn't worry you that much. Is that a problem for Liverpool? The taking it for granted factor, possibly?
Well, look, that front line of yours has ability. Let's be honest about it, it does. You're going to get hard work out of Højlund. You never know what Antony can do. He's got the ability to cut inside and score a worldie from 20 or 30 yards. We know Garnacho's got ability as well. I mean, still in awe of that overhead kick. But even if you do have that moment, I just feel like we'll have 2 or 3 moments. But I guess we're going to find out on Sunday, mate.
That is it. That is it. Sunday is going to be a difficult watch for any United fan, I feel. I'm not going to get your score prediction out because you're going to be doing that on Anfield Agenda. I think that's only fair. But guys, let's see if we can get them likes up near 200 before we finish up as well. But yeah, I've got to ask the question, Craig. You're on a United channel. Where do you feel that this United team is going to finish this season from what you've seen so far? We're not going to spend anything in January either, so we can take that window out of the equation. With what we've got right now, looking in, where do you feel United will finish up this season, Craig?
Honestly, I feel that the positions 4, 5, 6 in the league are still up for grabs. I don't know about Villa. Will they be able to last the pace? I guess we're going to get an interesting game this weekend with them. Isn't it Brentford they travel to?
Yep.
So that's going to be interesting to see if they can last the pace. Chelsea are just a mess. I just can't see them getting back up. So I think it's going to come down to whoever does better between yourself and Newcastle. Whoever can navigate the second half of the season a little bit better. And with that coefficient being helped by the clubs qualifying, 5th could get you back in. I feel like it's a big, big moment for you if you don't get Champions League again after the positive aspect of last year. First trophy with Ten Hag, obviously qualifying for the Champions League, doing well in the league positions. I feel like this will set your club back a little bit if it doesn't happen again, because you want to be consistently qualifying for the Champions League. So somewhere between 5th and 7th, honestly, is where I see United.
5th and 7th. That would be a disaster going off last season. It really would. It really would. But Yeah, I mean, in terms of Liverpool, can you win the league, Craig? Can you do it? Can you stop City winning 4 in a row? I think United fans just want to know that question as well.
I think somebody will. I think whether that's us or Arsenal, I think somebody will stop City this season. I do feel it's likely that one of us will do it. I honestly can't sit here and say I feel confident enough to predict Liverpool winning the league just yet. We can do it, but I think again, I'm going to keep an eye on this January market. If Arsenal bring in a striker, or if Liverpool bring in a defensive midfielder, that could be the deciding factor. And of course, the head-to-head with Arsenal at Anfield as well, just before Christmas.
Yeah. That is a big game. That is a big game. Well, there you go, guys. That is your look ahead to the game this weekend. I just want to say a massive thank you to Craig for coming on the channel. I'll be doing likewise for the watch along. Please, guys, do come across and watch us on Anfield Agenda. Let's get some banter going in the chat on there as well as me and Craig going at each other. It's going to be a very, very long day. And me and Craig are going to get ourselves settled in for one hell of a ride, I think, this weekend. But Craig, absolute pleasure. Thank you for coming on FUTV for the first time on your debut.
My pleasure, mate. And look, again, I wish you all the best with it. It's been great to see the channel go from strength to strength. Lovely audience as well. Lovely group of people behind you. And I know you've got a good team with us as well. So thank you for having me on, mate. And I look forward to Sunday. We're going to have a bit of crack with it.
We are. I'm going to enjoy it anyway. We're going to enjoy the banter, if anything. Guys, cheers for the super chats. All the new members, welcome. All your contributions, messages, and likes. If you are tuning in for the first time, don't forget to subscribe to FUTV. Come across and join me and Craig and Anfield Agenda and Top of the League this weekend as well. It's going to be a long, long day, but it's going to be a bit of a roller coaster. It will be fun, at least. Cheers for watching, everyone. We'll see you over the weekend.
7.
Yes, Harvey! Yeah!